So we have a new unit, a new lesson, Pythagorean theorem and perimeters, where this is going to be the first lesson into our measurement unit. Quickly talking about the Pythagorean theorem, just as a quick refresher, the Pythagorean theorem is given to us right here, where it is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, where c represents the hypotenuse and a and b represent the other two sides in a right angle triangle. Determine the perimeter of each of the following composite figures. Okay, so the perimeter is the distance around the outside of something. So my first one here, I have 6, 10, this is 10, I know this to be 6. I need to know the distance of basically this slanted line and this slanted line. Now, luckily, they are the same because it indicates with one tick mark, the same tick mark on each line. Now, we know the distance or the height of this is 4 because it's given to us, but it's given to us up here. So from this edge to the top is 4. And I know that half of 6 is 3. So if I go halfway down 6, I'm going to get 3 centimeters, and it gives me the height of 4. So I have my values for an A and a B. So 3 squared plus 4 squared would be equal to x squared, which is what I have here. 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to x squared. I go ahead and perform the math that I can. I am getting 25 is equal to x squared. Now, I need x to be its own variable, so the opposite operation of squaring is square rooting. I need to do that to both sides, and I end up getting a value of x to be 5. So this is 5 and this is 5. Now I just go ahead and add all the side lengths together. I have 10 plus 6 plus 5 plus 5 gives me a value of 36 centimeters. Our second composite figure, we have basically a square here with a bit of a slant. It gives us the information. This side length is 12 millimeters. This side length is 15. If this is 12, that means this is 12 as well, and it gives us the slant length of 13 millimeters. Now this, we can assume, creates a right angle triangle because this is right angle down here. So I have my right angle triangle, but this time, one of the values I'm given is the hypotenuse. So I would have to write this. This is my A, this is my B, and this is my C. So 12 squared plus x squared, that's the unknown side length, is equal to 13 squared. Go ahead and perform the math. I have 144 plus x squared equals 169. I bring my 144 across the equal sign. That sign changes to a negative. So 169 take away 144 gives me 25 is equal to x squared. Square root both sides. X is equal to 5. So I have 12 plus 15 plus 13 plus 5 plus 15 gives me a value of 60 millimeters. All right, a bit of a word problem here. Hotel is remodeling its outdoor entrance area. The new design includes a tile walkway leading to a semicircular fountain, as shown in the diagram. Okay, so this is the fountain here. This is the walkway leading up to the fountain. We're going that way. Determine the perimeter of the walkway, the distance around the outside of this walkway, including a little bit of a curve. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So that's a good one to kind of remember. You will be given the formulas. I'm not going to expect you to remember all formulas. This is a little bit unfair, so you will have access, or I will permit you to have a formula sheet with you when we're doing any kinds of assessments on or quizzes or anything like that. So the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Well, that would be great if this is a full circle, but it's not. It's a half circle, right? So I know that this distance here is 2.1. So if that's a half circle, I have a semicircle. That's not so semi. Semicircle is, well, it's half of 2 pi r. Well, half of 2 is 1. So I end up getting, the formula that I need to use is simply pi r. That would give me the circumference of a semicircle. Now, if I'm using this information given here, which is 2.1, I can't simply just plug that into my equation. I need to find the radius of this, because 2.1 is the diameter. The radius is halfway. So I take the diameter, divide by 2. I end up getting a value of 1.05. So that would be my R value. So now when I plug it into pi r 1.05, I end up getting 3.3 meters. So now I have the circumference of a semicircle is 3.3. So what that means is my perimeter would be equal to 2.1 plus 5.2 plus 5.2, those are on both sides, plus 3.3, which would give me a perimeter of 15.8 meters. Right, so our big takeaways would be to identify what pieces of information we already have, what kind of formulas we can use to figure out the remaining circumference or the remaining distance around something. In this case, it was the formula for a circle, or we're using the Pythagorean theorem to find out certain distance, either the hypotenuse side length or a length of a side of a triangle when we're given the hypotenuse.